The Ural Mountains, February 1959. A place of stark beauty and unforgiving cold. A chilling scene awaited rescuers near the slopes of Syakhl, the mountain known as Dead Mountain in the language of the indigenous Mansi people. The name itself hinted at the ominous events that would soon unfold. A search party, alerted by the overdue return of a group of hikers, stumbled upon a site that would baffle investigators for decades to come. The mystery began with a simple yet alarming discovery. The hiker's tent, ripped open from the inside, lay partially collapsed, its contents scattered in the snow. It was as if something had driven them to a frantic escape. Footprints, some barefoot, some in socks, led away from the campsite into the freezing darkness. These tracks painted a picture of panic and confusion. The initial discovery was just the beginning. The true horror of what happened would only become clear over time. Over the next few weeks, the bodies of all 9 hikers were found, scattered across the mountainside. Each discovery added another layer to the growing mystery. Their injuries were horrific and perplexing. The nature of these wounds defied logical explanation. Some were found with fractured skulls and broken ribs, yet with no external wounds. It was as if they had been crushed by an immense force. Others had internal injuries so severe that they seemed impossible to have been inflicted by another human. The sheer brutality of these injuries was staggering. One hiker was even missing her tongue. This gruesome detail added a macabre twist to the already disturbing scene. The scene was one of utter chaos and inexplicable violence. The authorities were baffled. What could have caused such a catastrophic event? What could have caused these experienced hikers to flee their tent in the dead of night, poorly dressed and without their shoes? The questions seemed endless. And what kind of force could have inflicted such brutal injuries? Theories ranged from natural disasters to more sinister explanations. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, as it came to be known, quickly became one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. To this day, it remains a haunting enigma. The 9 hikers who perished on that fateful February night were all students or recent graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute. They were young, full of dreams, and eager to prove their skills in the harshest of conditions. They were an experienced group, led by the charismatic and capable Igor Dyatlov, after whom the pass would later be named. Dyatlov was known for his leadership qualities and his ability to inspire confidence in his team. Their goal was ambitious, a 200-mile ski and hiking expedition through the northern Ural Mountains. This journey was meant to test their endurance and survival skills in one of the most remote and challenging environments. This was no ordinary trek. It was a challenging route, categorized as Category 3, the most difficult. Only the most skilled and prepared hikers would dare to undertake such a journey. The Ural Mountains, a rugged spine running north to south through western Russia, provided a stark and unforgiving landscape. The terrain was treacherous, with steep inclines and deep snowdrifts. Winters were harsh, with temperatures often plummeting to -30 degrees Celsius or lower. The extreme cold could sap the strength and will of even the most determined adventurers. The area where the hikers were traveling was known for its unpredictable weather and challenging terrain. Sudden snowstorms and high winds could turn a manageable situation into a life-threatening one in a matter of minutes. Despite the risks, the hikers were well prepared and eager to test their mettle against the elements. They had trained extensively and were equipped with the best gear available at the time. They set off in late January, full of youthful exuberance and a thirst for adventure. Their spirits were high as they embarked on what they believed would be a memorable and rewarding experience. Little did they know that their journey would end in tragedy, their names forever etched in the annals of unsolved mysteries. The events that unfolded would baffle investigators and haunt the imaginations of many for decades to come. The Dyatlov Pass Incident serves as a chilling reminder of the power of the wilderness and the fragility of human life. It stands as a testament to the unpredictable and often perilous nature of exploring the unknown. Piecing together the events that led to the hikers' demise has been a painstaking process, hampered by the passage of time, the harsh conditions, and the lack of eyewitnesses. However, through meticulous analysis of the hikers' diaries, photographs, and the scattered belongings found at the campsite, investigators have managed to construct a chilling timeline of their final days. The hikers diligently documented their journey, taking photographs and keeping detailed diaries. These records, along with recovered film from their cameras, provide glimpses into their progress and spirits. They seem to be in good spirits, making steady progress through the challenging terrain. However, on February 1st, something went terribly wrong. That evening, instead of seeking shelter in the forest as planned, the hikers pitched their tent on the exposed slopes of Kholat Syakhl. This decision, seemingly illogical given the harsh weather conditions, remains one of the most puzzling aspects of the case. Sometime during the night, something caused the hikers to flee their tent in a desperate panic. What they encountered remains the subject of intense speculation. But whatever it was powerful enough to drive them into the freezing night, inadequately dressed and without their shoes. The unsettling circumstances surrounding the Dyatlov Pass incident have fueled countless theories, ranging from the plausible to the downright paranormal. This mysterious event, which took place in 1959, in the deaths of 9 experienced hikers in the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. Despite extensive investigations, the exact cause of their demise remains shrouded in mystery. The absence of definitive answers has only served to amplify the mystery, turning it into a breeding ground for speculation and debate. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, each attempting to explain the bizarre and often contradictory evidence found at the scene. One of the most enduring theories centers around the possibility of an avalanche. Avalanches are known to be deadly and can occur without warning, especially in mountainous regions with heavy snowfall. Given the hikers' location on the slopes of a mountain known for its unpredictable weather, it's conceivable that a sudden avalanche in their tent, forcing them to flee for their lives. The sheer force of an avalanche could explain the severe injuries sustained by some of the hikers. However, critics argue that the evidence doesn't fully support this theory. The relatively undisturbed nature of the snow around the tent and the lack of any signs of a large-scale avalanche in the area cast doubt on this explanation. Additionally, the hikers' footprints leading away from the tent were still visible, which would likely not be the case if an avalanche had occurred. The relatively undisturbed nature of the snow around the tent and the lack of any signs of a large-scale avalanche in the area cast doubt on this explanation. Furthermore, the injuries found on some of the bodies were inconsistent with those typically caused by an avalanche, leading some to believe that other factors were at play. Another theory posits that the hikers may have been the victims of a military test gone wrong. This theory suggests Soviet military might have been conducting secret experiments in the area, which inadvertently led to the hikers' deaths. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union conducted numerous secret tests of weapons and experimental technologies, and some believe that the hikers may have stumbled into a restricted area. Fire. The presence of unusual injuries and the reported sightings of strange lights in the sky lend some credence to this theory. This theory is fueled by reports of strange lights in the sky, as well as the unusual injuries sustained by some of the hikers. These lights have been described as glowing orbs or bright flashes, which some speculate could be related to secret military activity. Phenomena. And then there are the more fringe theories, whispered in hushed tones, that delve into the realm of the supernatural. These theories often involve elements of folklore and the paranormal. May have encountered something beyond our understanding. Some point to the local Mansi people's legends of the area, tales of vengeful spirits and creatures lurking in the mountains. These stories have and add a layer of mystique to the already enigmatic incident. Others speculate about extraterrestrial involvement, citing the strange lights and the unexplained nature of the hikers. Something truly otherworldly. The idea that the hikers may have encountered beings from another world continues to captivate the imagination of those who seek answers to this enduring mystery.